Yo guys, what is up? My name is Alan. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. Now in today's video we are going to review Virtual Drift Championship Round 3 at Stirrup Speedway. This event was freaking nuts. We ended up qualifying first, but we also had some issues along the way, so you don't want to miss this one. Stirrup Speedway is a race circuit based in Sweden. Now, for past couple of years, we have used the older circuit, which was the more common, up over the hill and down and around and stuff like that, whatever the track layout is. The initiation on this track is very quick. Using of the handbrake here might slow you down a little bit too much, and which could affect your flow into the inner clipping point. The walls here are quite dangerous. I actually kind of view this track as a European variant of Walled Stadium. Touch the walls and they kind of kill you. The walls are somewhat circular, but at the end of it they do tighten up a tiny bit, which if you do tap, you're almost dead. Trust me, I know how that feels like. The remainder of the circuit is actually quite easy, but again, super tricky with another tricky wall to an inner clipping point. Now this track is a lot of fun and does require the lead driver to be on the correct qualifying line. Now if the lead driver isn't on the correct qualifying line, the battles get kind of messy and overall it doesn't look that great. However, if the lead driver is on that correct qualifying line, the runs are amazing. It opens up the chase driver to get right on the door and really get up close and personal for a really amazing battle. That's what we witnessed during VDC, and yeah, I'm going to show you guys our trip through it. So qualifying actually went really well for us. We managed to bag top spot on the qualifying with a 93.3, which actually tied, well at the time, second and third as well. So three of us getting 93.3, but of course on comeback, our first one we got a 92.3, which ended up putting us into first place. But as we see, as we go into our first run here, nice flick initiation, again, nice and wide out towards the clip point 2 here, going into the inner clip, nice and tight, and that could be a tiny bit closer to there, but very specific. I think the judge was letting us off with that one. On the wall you can see the wing clipping over the wall, and transitioning here, I mean, like, this run was super, like, I was super on edge. We actually tapped the wall at the end there and it was very sketchy, but you know what, overall really happy with that run. It worked out really well, and I think with the speed and with the whole, you know, running the walls and stuff, it's always a massive risk going all out. So we got a 92.3 on the first run, really happy with that. Managed to go one step further again on the second run and managed to get a little bit more. Personally I felt it could have been scored a tiny bit higher. I think I don't think there was much more I could personally do on it. I think many people found that was kind of the limit. I felt that some people didn't really attack the walls as aggressive as we did, and they managed to get the same score. So, but look, at the end of the day, we on comeback we managed to get it, and that's the main thing. So yeah, pretty happy with that, and I think it's now time for battles. So our first battle, we have Jake Wise. Now Jake Wise is an American FD Pro-Am driver. He competes in Lone Star Drift, I do believe. And so yeah, it was great battling with Jake. I battled him a few times before. We're battling with Ricardo last round of VDC last season. And look, he's now driving an S14 Zenki. Up the Zenki gang. Yeah, it's great to see him in an S chassis. It's kind of the common choice of car this year. But as you can see, our lead run here, almost, you know, trying to just do the same lead run as we do every single time. And, you know, he's just thereabouts, not really doing a whole pile. Couldn't really attack, it seems like. So switching positions, I knew that he didn't do the greatest of chase runs. He could have gotten a bit closer. So I just wanted to keep consistent proximity, especially on intro here. I noticed that he fell back on initiation, so managed to stay up nice and close to him for the initiation. Had a massive dive on the transition here, but managed to stay a little bit further back. Didn't want to get too close. Didn't really want to, you know, go door to door unless I really needed to. And I think it's fairly adamant that was enough for us to get the win in that battle and for us to move on to the top 16. Now for top 16, I feel like I should give a bit of an intro to this, because it's the second time in a row we have met Tikhon Pilecki in top 16 for Virtual Drift Championship. Yeah, look, this is completely unexpected. The qualifying this year in VDC has been an all-time high. Being able to even qualify, it seems the VDC has become super tough, with many long-time OG regular VDC Pro drivers not even qualifying for some of these events anymore. So the qualifying is at an all-time high. You need to be at your best when it comes to qualifying, and Tikhon this year hasn't been his strongest. He's qualified 5th, I believe, in round 1, and qualified 16th at round 2, and again for round 3 of VDC he qualified 16th as well. So that meant we met him in top 16. And as you know, as everyone knows on sim drifting and esports drifting, T-Con is the guy to beat. He is the guy. If you can beat T-Con fair and square with no games, no angle tactics or anything like that, yeah, you deserve it. And so going into this battle, we knew we had a really strong lead run. We knew we could do the lead run that the judges wanted, and we knew we had a tiny advantage over that, over T-Con because of that. So heading into our lead run here, that's all we had to do, was just do the perfect lead run. I know for a fact T-Con was going to be glued to me the whole way, and he didn't give any, he didn't give up any bit, I can tell you that. So so leaving the start line here, as you can see, T-Con's right with us as we go to flick initiate. T-Con has a weird straighten here. I didn't spot that when I was driving back afterwards, but he has a weird straighten there. But look at him, he's absolutely glued to us all the way through here. As we go to the transition, a lovely time to transition behind back onto the front wheel again of the Pro Academy S15. Wing over the wall for us. Look, T-Con's right there with us. Transition's lovely behind us. Could be a bit deeper on the wall in my lead position, but he's right there with us all the way to the finish line. Can't fault that chase run, absolutely amazing. So when we swap positions here, we have to push it hard. We have to stick it to his door and hope that we can pull at least one more time with it. So flick initiation again. T-Con super quick in initiation, but look, he starts to lose angle and when there's contact. And so when we finish off the run here, we transition back here again. Again, there's a little bit more contact right now. Again, T-Con a little bit shallow angle. I hit him on the rear, pumps it into angle. Nice transition here behind me, from me behind. And again, look, T-Con's lead pretty decent from the end of it, but that contact at the very, very start really upset the run. So let's have a quick look in the contact and let's go into the game and let's have a quick look at the replay and see what we can find. So here we are, we're in the game right now. We're going to have a quick look at these runs just to see if there's anything we could spot from a different perspective. Now, bear in mind, the judges do not use these camera views in competition. They do not have access or the time to be able to back out of the game, look at the replay and from any angle they wish. So they actually view the angles from what we see on the live stream. And so it's probably important to say that, the fact that they could spot that this upcoming mistake is actually a credit to the judges, and you can actually see it on live stream too, that you could see that T-Con will be losing angles. So as we can see here, leaving the start line, T-Con giving a decent amount of gas. You look at the indicator on the left here, flicks nicely into initiation, hitting 79 miles an hour. Look, he's actually heading off the track. So let's rewind quickly and let's slow it down here. So we're going to slow it down to 5 times. As you can see, T-Con about half gas. He's now less than half. It's like 1/4. His wheel is nearly off the track before I've even gotten to him. So yeah, a big massive mistake from T-Con. I actually think the contact in this situation actually kind of saved him a tiny bit, because otherwise I feel like he was actually going further off the track. So as you can see, we're catching up quickly behind, but you could see his rear wheel was heading off the grass or off the white line before we even got close to him. So before we even made contact with him. So he was making the mistake and we were trying to react as best as possible. And you can hear his throttle input die off quite a lot when this happens. So let's play it back full speed one last time. And yeah, you can hear his gas backing off as we got close to him. So unfortunate mistake for T-Con. Yeah, we ended up getting the win after that little mistake of him, and we ended up moving on to the top 8 versus Kevin Stump. So for the grade 8, we ended up meeting Kevin Stump, who's an American-based drifter. He's been in VDC for a couple of years now. I believe he's kind of gone back and forth between his Ford Mustang and his S14. But yeah, look, it's great to meet him in the top 8. I think it's probably the best result he's had all year. So going into this battle, I had some pretty decent chase runs on him in practice, and I was kind of aware of where he was at. So I felt, look, lead run, we'll just do exactly the same things we've been doing all night, and yeah, we'll figure out the chase from there. So as we leave the start line here, Kevin's jumping the start a tiny bit. He's allowed to do that. We're going to do a flick initiation like we've been doing all night, and yeah, Kevin does a nice little dive onto the door, but not quite there, maybe a car length back or so. A little bit shallow on angle, as you can see as we pass clipping point 4, but as he transitions here to clipping point 6, really shallow angle and not really matching us. You know, we're out towards the wall, we're carrying as much angle as we possibly can. He's right there, a big dive on the inside. He's very in right now on the front wheel of the Approach Academy S15, but as we cross the line, probably kind of an even, maybe even an advantage to myself. wasn't his strongest chase, I would say. So as we flick it in here, I knew all I had to do was just maintain proximity, maintain the same angle he's had, and just try and make sure for the last corner not to get too deep on the inside. So the transition back here, you can see we're carrying more angle than him in chase position, which is really working out in our favor. And we do the final transition here, making sure that I'm not going to go too inside of the track, choking myself out. Give him a little tap across the door to say hello, what's up, and cross the line. So yeah, for that battle we end up getting the win for that one. Of course, Kevin's a great driver, but we just had to do the you know, the most consistent and do what the judges wanted, and I think for that we ended up getting the win. So for top 4, we end up meeting my Pro Academy teammate Reese Tatterson. Reese has been a great teammate, to be honest. We've been having a lot of fun on our Wednesday PDA streams, esports streams. You can check them out. We're live every Wednesday. But you know what, Reese has been a great guy, great ambassador for the team and stuff. He's been you know, holding the Pro Academy flag up high, and to meet him again in the top 4, yeah, it's awesome, right? So round 1 we ended up meeting top 4. I ended up getting the win. We were on path to meet again in the top 4 for round 2, but unfortunately I got knocked out in the top 8 due to a lag incident. But you know what, this run is going to be deja vu for me, and you're about to find out. So as we leave the start line here, Reese is going to give chase. We're going to lead it in, and as you can see, Reese is rolling forward ever so slightly as we go through the chicane. Now I was doing a flick initiation here. Reese was completely aware of that. We've done a lot of practice together. Reese probably a little bit off on initiation, but gets right up onto the door, and look at that, absolutely matching angle for angle, door to door, all the way through the corner. As we transition here, I transitioned a nice big angle, and he's really inside, but look at this mistake. Boom, straight into the wall I go, and a massive crash. So yeah, completely unexpected. We can watch it back here in the slow-mo, and as you can see, the car does change trajectory. It's on a consistent arc, but at around about here, as you can see, look, the car kind of lags and we hit the wall. And what ended up happening was I ended up getting a lag stutter during that run, which essentially what we kind of had at round 2 at Wall Stadium. Unfortunately, at Wall Stadium, or fortunately should I say, at Wall Stadium, we were very lucky in that we didn't make a contact or have a big accident. Not that it really matters in the game because you don't get hurt, but in this situation it was not ideal. I remember, you know, me and Reese were on the voice together. We spot for each other when we're in competition. So, you know, he was chasing me. He was like, "Oh, what the hell? What happened there?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, man. My game lagged out." I mentioned it to the judges because I thought someone had left the lobby. And sometimes, if anyone who plays a Seto, especially in public lobbies, big populated lobbies, if someone leaves the server or maybe joins it, sometimes you might get a quick like splurk of like FPS lag or like server lag, and it felt like the same as what happened. And I thought someone had left. But it ended up being my complete issue. So yeah, big mistake. It looks like I'm gonna have to obviously fix that for the next round. I can't have that happen again. We've lost 2 potential battles because of it, and I'm pretty sure we could probably lose more again in the future. So yeah, it's on me now to try and figure that out and make sure it doesn't happen again. We switch it back around. This time there's not much I can do, only but we'll do the best chase run I possibly can. Reese has it easy. All he has to do is do his lead run, and he's very good at doing that. So as you can see, we dive straight onto the door. I'm going to try and get as close as possible, put him as much pressure as I possibly can. Hopefully he makes a mistake, but Reese, he's a stone cold killer, man. He's on form right now, leading the championship, and he's going to be extending his championship over myself going into round 4. But as you can see, he's doing a great lead run. Taps the wall there, affects me a tiny bit. I have to choke up a small bit, but it's not enough to overturn the 10-0 advantage that he had on his chase run. And so because of that, he ended up getting the win and moving on into the finals. So for our 3rd, 4th playoff, we ended up meeting Connor Shanahan. Connor has been competing since round 1. He didn't do that last season. He missed 3 events, and yeah, this season he's been committing to the full season, which is great to see. Obviously, lockdown is probably helping with that, I'm sure. But yeah, it's great to see Connor back into the top 4. He's had quite 2 tough first 2 rounds, and you know, a good result here would help him a lot. So meeting him in the top for the 3rd, 4th playoff was obviously important for the championship race. So, you know, leading the position here, all I had to do was do my perfect lead run. You know, battling Connor, I know what he's like in the real world, I know what he's like in the sim world. You know, we have a good rivalry there, and it's been great to battle him in both worlds and experience and kind of, you know, live the whole thing together, right? So Connor and myself, we actually started competing exactly the same year in 2015. He started off in his BMW, and later he's 1J S13, and we started off from my stock S14, and we had a blast during that year, and we continued on into 2016 and into 2017 in the Irish Championship, and then Conor went off into Europe and stuff in 2018 and 2019. So going into this run, I knew exactly what I had to do my perfect lead run, and you know, figure it out from there, figure out the chase. Maybe Conor might make a mistake, and you know, as we need a start line here, you know, we just have to figure it out. Now the thing with Conor is he does have a bit of a ping lag, and so I had to be aware of that in my chase run. But you know, first of all, let's concentrate on the lead run. Let's do what we need to do here in the lead position. So you can see Conor's right with us all the way through, a little bit shallow on angle maybe, but he's really, you know, putting it to the door, sticking it, making sure the proximity is consistent and right there. We're right up towards the wall. Probably not my best lead run, I must say. We could have been a bit closer to the wall here as well. Yeah, just not my greatest lead runs, to be honest, but decent enough, I think, to gain some bit of advantage, or at least gain it even. So switching positions as we chase in here. We're going to do flick initiation, probably one of my best initiations so far. And as you can see, a bit of a touch there, it seems like, a bit of a contact. And again, we're going to touch here again. Yes, right there, you can see Conor straightens up after the transition. So yeah, again, this run I had a bit more lag, wasn't ideal really, and yeah, look, it's just one of those things. It's very, very frustrating when you're chasing some of the best drivers in the world, or the best drivers in the world, and something simple like a little lag stutter or something, which you can very easily get with maybe poor internet connections or maybe poor computers. You might get that little stutter that could affect, especially when you're door to door. You know, you won't get that in actual sim racing unless you're really, really close to someone, where something minor of like you know, someone open up Facebook or on YouTube or something like that could affect your internet connection. And so yeah, that's a big struggle that we have in sim drifting. You know, we rely on people to have stable connections and to have good computers to be able to run door to door. And for that run, unfortunately, another lag stutter is what caused the accident there. But you know, you can't really see it on live, and so because of that, I should have known about it and kept short on it. But look, that's one thing I have to make sure I have to look for in the future. Make sure my computer is up to date, and no more excuses from this point on. But anyway, Conor ended up getting 3rd place overall, with and Reese ended up getting 2nd, with Erkas Jerkas winning the whole event and taking the top spot. So great event overall, really enjoyed it. Quite disappointed, 2nd round in a row. We've qualified 1st, but ended up coming a little bit short. But look, at the end of the day, we're still in the championship race. We're still, you know, getting the points that we need. We're in 2nd place right now with 215 points behind teammate Reese, who's 245 points. So yeah, that's all to play for. We have 4 rounds. How many rounds do we have left? I can't remember. 8 rounds. We have 8 rounds. That's it. I remember now. We have 8 rounds, so we're coming up to the halfway season point. So we just need to stay on Reese's toes, make sure we're still with them the whole way, and hopefully we pull a bit of a gap between the guys, between us and the guys behind us, and hopefully we'll have a you know, 1st, 2nd place shootout coming close to the end of the season. So that's the goal for us at Project Academy. We're really happy with the results right now, and I think we're doing a fantastic job. So guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching it. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Put down in the comment section down below, what do you think? Do you think I should have lost to Tikhon Pilecki? Do you think Tikhon should have won? Do you think the contact with Reese and I, do you think, you know, Reese should have lost it and I should have gotten the win? I don't know. What do you guys think down below? Let me know what you think, and yeah, we'll talk to you guys very, very soon. Cheers and goodbye.